All right, let's go. This is the draft. And I'm in. Hopefully, it's on. Double checking my phone, audio levels. Hello, hello. Today we'll be casting Legends versus Mach. First game, Mach did take. We can see game one draft. Double checking audio levels. Hello, hello. Test, test. Hello. Hello, hello. Test. Double checking audio levels. Hello, hello. Hey, okay, sounds good. All right. Hello, everyone. Only one monitor, so you guys get to see this. Leaked. Yeah, leaked. Yeah, leaked. I know, leaked. Oh, no, no, that shouldn't go there. There you go. Alright. Alright, this is game one draft. From what I recall watching the game, Hecarim got extremely fed. Harrison seemingly swapping from mid to jungle, because mid to dog shit role, I guess. So, might as well go jungle, right? Better jungle wins. My dog is biting the wall right now. That's really cool. He's like biting the border. That's cute. Nice. Alright. So, and this is game two draft. Alright. On game two, first pick Rammus. Legends love to prioritize the Rammus because I believe the jungle is very good Rammus and one of the preferred, more comfortable champions to play on. They respond Talia Jin, R2, R3. Not too sure where the Talia was going to go at the start, perhaps mid, but Harrison also is a Talia player, so perhaps he could play it in the jungle, even though he primarily would play it mid. Respond Jin. Lucian, Karma Akabane, a Lucian player, definitely loves the champion, and Sour Patch responding with Braum, deciding to blind the Braum. Lucian Braum, strong. Braum can have a hard time in blinding, especially into like enchanters, and so that's why we see a Nami response. Jin Nami, I'm not too like Lucian Braum is still like a stronger lane into it, but they're far more like supportive, I guess. But Nami pairs extremely well with their next pick, Xerath. And if Xerath can't get dove, then he can do a shit ton of damage. Uncontested with Nami, just buffing him. We see a Nico response mid. Of course, I believe Nico's picked more for comfort. I think that the Nico Xerath matchup is fairly Xerath favored as long as they just time Nico's flash. Xerath can out damage because Nico does severely lack damage at times. And then we see a Yone blind from Orbits, usually pretty regarded as the best player on Team Legends. But after Yone blind, we see Malphite in response from Mach, slamming the Malphite. And thankfully, we don't have to wait. Thank you to whoever made the game, so that I don't have to spectate. Appreciate it. Oh my god. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's go. Alright, runes seeming pretty standard all across the board.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
You do see an invade attempt from blue side. Not much gonna happen here. Some question mark pings coming from blue, perhaps believing that red side would invade them. Yeah, everything pretty standard. Mach, of course, opting into the comment on Malphite, which is very strong laning. And Yone recognizing that, and of course starting D shield. Oh, I can move this map. What? I didn't mean to do that. I can do that? Okay, let's put it back where it should be. That's fine, it's over. Oh my god, I messed it up. I'm just gonna not touch it. How do you? Oh, there you go. Whatever. Could carry on. All right. Braum looking to get poke. It's a good poke. And early levels is all about just Lucian and Braum getting good Q poke. I'm far more interested in the mid lane. I think this matchup should be Xerath favored, especially if he's able to get free comment. Well, he did take I forgot what that one's called, the gold one. Level 2 power spike coming in. Lucian almost getting the passive off. It's good. Good damage. Harrison on the Talia, starting top side, looking to clear to his bot. Yone getting the crash off the wave. Pretty standard. Although he's looking for a recall, it's just looking to get the bounce back. Same thing for bot lane over here. Wave should bounce back to blue. They can either decide to push or hold it here. Lucian opting to hold it for now. So you see Talia cleared, looking to get a gank off mid. Nico's hugging right side, so this may go well for her. And Nico having to flash. So well done, gank attempt as well as well timed stun by KB King. Braum going in, but as well as Lucian, but not understanding that Talia did go towards the right side. Don't believe they're fine. Yep. Yone getting very close, canceling perhaps one auto. He can get more here. Barely miss, but this matchup gets... Not sure how this matchup goes later. I do believe once Malphite has like maybe an item he can, or a bit more armor he can fight back, but then once Yone can still be able to fight as well. Talia understanding the importance of Yone trying to catch this wave. If he still loses this wave, it would be huge. We see a ping from Rammus, looking to get a yank. There's no ward. No vision. Malphite seemingly very greedy. Not killing. Perhaps he can flash out. Unfortunate. The Rammus burning 2 flashes but unable to get. As Talia cleans up, recognizing that Rammus perhaps would back in the bush. As Talia searches for Yone but isn't able to find her. Nico getting a good E off, as well as one more auto needed, but unfortunately not able to get it. Nico should recognize that Talia came from top side, from the left side, so it is warded. She'll back off. Talia flashing. The Xerath ult flies and the Scorch takes it. It was well done for a gank as well as well timed flash into the seismic shove by Talia. You see Braum looking to wrap around. This is a pretty good play. Lucian dodges the bubble. Has cleanse, has likely used both. It was a well done attempt, especially because they have a freeze. I believe if that Lucian does need to back them right now, would be a good time to back. Or you could just hold the freeze here. It's well done. Alright, let's see which is the gold button. I'm gonna keep pressing random buttons. Nope. Let's pause. Y. No M. No N. Ooh, it's timers. X. Ah, here we go. Lucian is 800. Probably wants to wait for a pickaxe, so it's fine for him to stay. A bit of a late back by Lucian. He's gonna lose 6 minions. Way more than that, actually. It's it's pretty fortunate that Jin stopped his base, actually, because for him to lose 6 minions plus 3 to hold this freeze, don't think would have been worth it. Especially because it's not like he can stop this freeze, right? Because Braum is opted into try and go top. Ult comes down from Yone. Whiffs. And Malphite giving him the rock. Unfortunate for Braum. Walks all the way up here for seemingly little return. Take a look at CS numbers. Pretty even across the board. Slight advantage to Nico. Rammus, but not actually Rammus. Nami flash would be well timer as the red team gets the grubs. Grubs don't have as much value on the red team because their champions aren't really hitting tower. You have Malphite, Xerath, who usually does not opt to push too far, as this may be a dead Xerath, unable to flash out. If they can get the autos off, maybe they can get the stun. Flash coming out from Xerath as Talia throws some rocks. It's a good flash to escape. Oh, good flash by Nico. Gets the kill. All done, as blue side also, Rammus is able to get the dragon. Not too sure if there's a feats button to check feats. This client sucks. It's okay though. I didn't check. Lucian's very strong. Has a lot of it are just raw AD. Can definitely pick any sort of fight he wanted to bot. Only thing he'll need to watch out is Talia hovering, or as well as Xerath hovering with his own ultimate. Pretty standard. Malphite looking to get some vision down. They have an idea that Rammus is not within this top side because the blue is still here. So it's presumed that he would probably be bot. Jin pinging that his flash is ready. Unfortunate miss. Nico on a ward. Jin looking to trap to clear the way fast, perhaps scared of any sort of dive. As you see Talia slowly creeping up towards the top side. Sweeps, looks to get the scuttler. There is some vision on Rammus. They haven't seen them yet, however. They will shortly after he clears the wolves. This is what I want to see. Unfortunate miss in the Malphite ult, but well done flash by Malphite. Unfortunately able to kill the Yone. Unfortunate for Rams as well, unable to get anything after. Those are well done attempts by the Yone, looking to flash out as well, get the ult back in, but Malphite also fast on the fingers to flash. Bot lane's a bit low. Lucian trying to trade when the fourth shot was already out while he was reloading. Jin trying to flash, gets barrier baited. Very well done. James Klein deciding to ping the barrier, not realizing that it was up. As I, for some reason, hear Discord in the background. Don't know who it is. Braum heal also being used, unfortunate for Jin, but that's what happens. Most laners try to save their sums for a bait last minute. And in these types of games, people will always fall for those kind of baits because perhaps they forget the basics just because, you know, nerves, etc., etc. Lucian looking to go aggressive. Definitely is able to. Unfortunate Braum miss. Spot side is very favored to Lucian Braum. Just a strong lane as well as very easy to pilot from the Lucian side. At least early within the lane. Yeah, top's a little annoying for Yone now that Malphite has his full build. Just a bunch of armor, some HP. As we see Yone, Nico getting the dive onto the bot lane Jhin. We're gonna have to see Xerath until he can respond. Xerath getting the flash Q. Unfortunate, gets the double knock up and Harrison's able to clean them up. Very well timed to respond. Nico dive seeming fine, but unfortunately they have to kite upwards, which allowed for the mid laner jungler to get the revenge kill. So we see Rammus trying to face check. Well done dodge. Talia grabbing the dragon. That'll be a 1-for-1 dragon. I believe red side has 2 out of 3 feats. After 1 dragon and 1 grub. Lucian looking to hold the wave, which is well done. Assuming they know Jhin has no cleanse, this can be as well as flash. They can look to be the aggressors here. Rammus getting a gank off in top lane. A little hard because Rammus is Yone is quite low. Malphite still has ult himself. Both understanding that they need to escape, however, nothing goes about it. The Braum looks to tank some damage from Lucian. Till you're coming back for more. Yone's still low. Looking to get a dive. Ram is not able to help them due to the low HP, and as we see, Yone get dove. Talia gonna grab the grubs. And likely this will still be their feats. Free 300, well done Nami. Free 250, 300 gold worth of a flower there. Braum puts up his shield to just try and get some more damage on the turret. As feet goes to the red team. We'll have to see what kind of boots that each team member will, for the red side, will opt into. We already see the tabbies from Malphite, so if he chooses to upgrade them, for only 500 gold he can get a lovely shield, which will help him against the AD threats. Good poke. Xerath hovering. We see Jhin comes out. A bit of a barrage of attacks. The Nami wave. Just dance, they tell Lucian. Xerath looking to get caught, looking a bit caught out here. Unfortunately, that Nico has to flash. What a barrage of attacks by Jin, Xerath, even the Nami wave. As Talia drops the Herald looking to... And Xerath looks to crash the Herald into the turret. One more Herald crash, perhaps looking to get a second tower. Smite coming into the Herald, but Talia and Xerath persist. Blue team looking to make a play, perhaps would have went well. Harrison definitely caught out here. For him to give a shutdown here is not the greatest. Definitely they walked way too far up into Aramis. Not the greatest for him to give a shutdown. As the tier 2 could have fallen any other time, but we'll have to see what blue team can do with this. Especially Lucian can do with newfound gold. Both bot lanes rotating to the mid.
Red team's turret has been
Lucian looking to get a gank off on the Malphite. Full armor Malphite. We'll just have to see if this... I find it unlikely that this Lucian gank will work particularly well. However, I could be wrong. Malphite opting into flash. Lucian deciding that it would be better to roam top. As we see Talia looking to try for a collapse here. Gets the stun of Aramis. Deciding to flash. Talia looking to take the Weaver's Wall, but does not get on the right side, nor does he get the right angle. That is quite tragic. As we see Jin getting barrage attacks from Lucian. Has a shield bow for some reason. Oh my god. Well done flash by the Lucian. Deciding to I'm a huge hater of this, but I hate when Lucian's ult. It was good in like season 3 or 4 or 5, but nowadays it's just like anyways, the shield bow, Jin opting into a shield bow early, definitely not what I expected to see. A what? Okay, 360 shield. Honestly, it's a bit more than I thought it would be, but still, just unexpected. It was a well done catch from Lucian, though. Problem with Lucian this game is if he's not able to dash onto the backline, he's just going to be targeting a Malphite who has full armor. While Lucian usually goes items that do very well, like first 3 into squishies, when they opt into usually Essence into Navori into IE. Very strong. He will do a lot of damage to any squishy. However, when there's a Malphite sitting on the enemy team, it'll be hard to get past him. So we'll have to see if he's able to position in a correct way so that he may maximize as much damage on the not Malphite. As we see Ramus getting the ult off. Xerath a bit caught out here. There's no flash, and Nico gets the shutdown. Another shutdown going to blue side. Gold going from 2k to just 1k difference. However, red team, in my opinion, does have a bit of a draft edge. And we see the Otacon being started. Do not believe that this is possible. Yoni also does not have TP. I think if red team does realize this, they can try to fight. As we see Braum trying to push the Taliev off. Likely gonna die for this. Having to flash. Well done by Nico to try and stall as much time. However, this is not going true. As we see the Malphite roll coming in. Total obliteration from red team. Do not believe that was a wise decision for blue team, understanding that, or perhaps not realizing that Yone did not have any TP. Although his TP is up now, is not up for the Otacon fight. And Malphite is able to run down bot. It doesn't help that, unfortunately, Braum had gotten a bit caught after. Or before, rather. Bot tower finally falling for Jin. I'm curious to follow his build. See where he's going. So, okay, deciding to go IE second. We're gonna be in a bit of a lull state right now, where we see both teams just trying to probably gonna wait it out, being a bit careful for any sort of fights. Whilst both bot lanes try to rotate for vision. We see Malphite looking to collapse as well as Talia getting the Weaver's Wall off. This is looking like a dead Nico. She may try to escape. Able to get the dash off. Malphite flashing. Nico unfortunately able to not get the flash off perfectly. So we see a bit of another skirmish. Braum missing the blast cone, but does not matter. This is looking like a good angle. Perhaps we could see a Jhin ult here to try and catch them out. Deciding not to. And the solars go back to catch the side waves. Unfortunate for Nico, having to burn flash and not the most fortunate ways. Malphite ult tagging her after she flashes. Unfortunate, especially for Nico, as champion is very reliant on flashes, especially for any sort of big engage that she wants to attempt. I just take another item check. Everything seeming very standard. Now we're deciding for the Imperial Mandate over a Dreammaker. Imperial Mandate is amazing if you're able to get some teammates to help you. Don't believe Jin can pocket that much. Very well done on the stun on Nico, and as well as she's taken out. Weaver's Wall comes up. Lucian dashing into a stun. And is gonna eat some rocks to the face as he has to flash. Jin ult coming out for the beautiful music. As we see Yone try and sneak up on the Zereth. I would love to see the Nami press her Imperial, get her Imperial Mandate procs off onto using the mages on our team. I believe that they can proc it far better than Jin can, especially because Jin's in the back lane just throwing deadly flourishes, throwing his ults, shots out. I need to learn how to use these spectate tools, because I know there's... oh, that's vision. There we go. Ways to zoom out, I just can't remember them. As well as like a smooth camera. Right now I'm just using my mouse. So they're missing the stun. But get some gold for his efforts. Plus 18 worth. Kappa. We see Malphite trying to get collapse stun. Doesn't have ult. Doesn't get perma stunned, however, perhaps wants to try and go back in. Dareth ult comes out, Rammus ult comes out. But nothing is to be found. As you can see, Talia looking for something, but gonna opt in to try and recall. Oh, that's the button. Okay. We'll save this for the team fights. Malphite getting hit on by the Braum, but that's not gonna help. I believe Braum's a bit in the opposition. Definitely nothing you can do here. You're gonna look to flash. But Malphite can just be persistent as Blue decide to not look to take any sort of fight. Very hard for Blue team. Definitely do believe that Red team has an easier to execute game as we see Lucian almost trying to get the return kill onto Talia. Talia having to burn flash. We'll have to see if Nico wants to go in, decides to get out because Xerath is on the way. Getting ult 1, 2, 3. Deadly Flourish 4, 5. Gets the 5th as well as Talia getting the seismic shove into the rock stun. Well done by Harrison to recognize that Lucian a bit caught, as well as timing it well done by on the Zhonya's press. Malphite grabbing the back side wave. Very nice. Deciding to opt into the Frozen Heart. It's well done. Blue team looking to catch some stragglers, but isn't unable to find any. As you can see, perhaps they're looking to make some sort of desperate play here to try and get some sort of result. And he's clawed their way back into the game. Trying to look for a death bush. Red team kind of understanding, pinging that Blue team could potentially be within these bushes, especially because they have not shown on either wave. So Red team able to recognize that Blues, because they're not on the waves, perhaps they would be looking for a pick, and it's well done by the Red team to recognize that and just run at their lanes and avoid the jungle altogether. As Talia decides to steal the red buff for her team. Good pickup. I'm gonna press more buttons, see what happens with R. Oh, okay. QWR changes. Oh, my bad. Okay. Interesting. You're looking to clear vision. Blue team could look to try to start a Baron. Perhaps a bit of a optimistic Baron, but they can do it relatively fast. As we see Xerath ult coming out. Jhin ult comes out too. Definitely gonna be Yone trying to get taken. However, the bounty is grabbed. Do believe Red team can persist. Definitely Malphite ult coming in. Yone not able to time the ult fast enough. So we see two are gonna die. Lucian trying to 1v1 the Talia. Forgets that he cannot dash. And the rock stun, as well as Talia gets the big rock. Well done on the Baron. Yeah, look at the objective bounty and Baron on 2. However, perhaps gonna have to trade some of the base for, or at least another dragon, which would be the soul. I do like the persistence from Blue team to try to make trades across the map. Was able to make it. However, losing some members to do so. The team comes to share 700 gold amongst 4.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Thank you, announcer. We'll have to see what Blue team's is gonna have to try to do bring this one back. Again, they may have to make picks. A big Nico could save them with Yone diving the backline. However, it's a little hard considering you have a Malphite up the front. Talia able to get some damage on the Rammus. Not gonna do more. Another ult coming on the Yone. Is able to get out. However, has no flashes. He's gonna get time stuff into the Xerath ult. And that's a pick. We're gonna see Lucian gonna try to salvage something by turning on the Jhin. Understanding there's no Talio, however, is only able to get a few hundred damage off. But another item check. Nico a bit starved for gold. Both mid laners, mind you. Malphite able to be a bit starved on gold because... And you'd notice that Malphite did opt into grouping far more due to the nature of his champion needing less gold than Yone. Yone unable to be any sort of participating factor in this game though. Perhaps due to the repeated ganks. Malphite getting stuns. Not have Merc, so we'll take a bit of the time as we see Rammus have to ult out. Definitely Malphite able to continue to persist on the end. Rammus gets caught. Unfortunate. Nico, excuse me. Nico pushing the bot wave. Perhaps gonna try to look to salve something. I believe blue side should be okay to give an inhib here. Unless they look for any sort of attempt. Talia going over. Getting the W. Gets the Malphite ult. Nico trying to salvage something. However, this Malphite is unkillable. Yeah, he's deciding to try to kill the Malphite as we see a huge cleanup from Team Mach as they look to end. Very well done from the red team. Mach as well. As you see, Nexus exploding and very well done. All in all, fine performance from Team Mach. Personally, I think red team's draft was far easier to play when you have a front line that's unkillable like Malphite, as well as a Jhin who perhaps will not be getting dove. And however, I would say player of the game likely goes to Mach. Pardon me, but goes to Mach's teammate Harrison. It was very well done. Thank you for watching the cast. That's it for today. Unfortunate for Legends, however, I believe they still make playoffs, so we'll have to see how both these teams spar against the rest of the opposition. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time.